Okay, let's dive right in, Fusion Squad. Welcome back to the War Room. Look, today we're pulling down a massive, high-stakes mission update for your spiritual loadout. We're talking all about armor integration. Let's get into it.
Listen up, squad. Here are your mission objectives popping up on the HUD right now. We're covering the PvP zone, the fatal glitch, the full skin, combo buffs, and finally, the developer's Wi-Fi. All right, time to drop into the map.
Objective 1, the PvP zone. Because guys, we are stepping right onto a spiritual battleground. You know, life is not some peaceful farming simulator, right? We spawn directly into an active PvP zone every single day. If you check the developer's patch notes in Ephesians 6:11, the command is literally staring us in the face. We have to put on the whole armor of God, not just a piece here or a piece there. We're up against an invisible enemy running complex schemes and hacks. You just can't stand firm with half your inventory empty. Which brings us to Objective 2, the fatal glitch. Honestly, this disconnected checklist mentality is wrecking us. So we really need to talk about this glitch that's absolutely ruining player stats. It's when we treat our spiritual gear like some random Sunday school checklist. Think about it for a second. What happens if you try to swing this high-level sword of the spirit, but to do it, you physically drop your shield of faith? Well, aren't you leaving your character model totally open to enemy malware? Sure, you might land a decent strike, but you are going to take critical damage in return. A fragmented defense? Yeah, that's literally no defense at all. Just look at the difference here. On one hand, you've got this buggy, fragmented loadout where you're trying to DIY your own defense. It's a mess. But then, look over at the developer-provided unstoppable full skin. You see, this armor isn't meant to be 6 totally separate tools that you just awkwardly juggle. It's actually designed to be one beautifully unified system. Moving on to Objective 3, the full skin. This is where we see the magnetic armor system in action. These cyber armor pieces are specifically built to magnetically snap together into this unbreakable shell. In gamer terms, the armor requires true synergy. And synergy is just when combined items produce a result way, way greater than their individual stats alone. Think about it. A max-level sword is entirely useless if your CPU gets hacked because you forgot to equip the Helmet of Salvation. The gear literally relies on the rest of the loadout to even function. Let's look at the historical hardware to really understand the spiritual software here. Back in the day, the Roman loadout used the cingulum, the belt, as the universal mount. And no, it wasn't just there to keep their pants up. The belt physically locked the breastplate in place, and it provided the clip for the sword scabbard. Just like that, the belt of truth acts as your motherboard. It stabilizes your entire spiritual loadout. Without the truth, your breastplate of righteousness is just gonna slip right off. And those shoes of peace, they provide the iron-spiked traction you absolutely need to stand firm and actually hold up that heavy shield of faith.
All right, Objective 4, combo buffs. Let's look at these synchronized stats.
When you are fully equipped, this interconnected gear takes you from just barely surviving to totally dominating the PvP zone. Check out these synced stats on your HUD right now. Truth anchors faith. If you don't know what the truth is, that's your belt, you literally have nothing to put your faith in, which is your shield. You can't raise a massive shield to block flaming arrows of anxiety if your feet are grounded by the traction of the gospel shoes. The helmet secures your CPU, your mind, from identity viruses, so you can swing that sword of the spirit without second-guessing yourself. Oh, and you have to soak that shield in the water of the word to actually fireproof it. It all works together, guys. And hey, remember, you are not playing solo out there. When your squad locks their shields together in that classic Roman testudo formation, it creates an impenetrable shell. Your overlapping faith covers the gaps and those low battery moments of your teammates. This is a massive multiplayer defense system. I mean, the data just doesn't lie. Relying on just a single piece of armor, like maybe trying to have faith without truth or righteousness without peace, it leaves you with a terrible defense rating of like 10%. But the synchronized full skin, that gives you 100% complete protection against the world boss. For sure, it's an absolute no-brainer for your loadout. Finally, Objective 5, the developer's Wi-Fi. We have to talk about the power source. Listen up, because this is crucial. The coolest cyber armor in the universe is literally just heavy, useless metal if it doesn't have any power running through it. And this unified system, it is not powered by your own grinding or human XP. You don't power it by just trying really, really hard to be a good person. The sword's glowing code is powered directly by the cross. The breastplate isn't your own self-righteousness. It is the developer's perfect code gifted directly to you. So how do we actually plug this thing in? Right after describing the full skin, the developer's patch notes say this: Praying at all times in the Spirit. Boom! Prayer is your ultimate connection to the developer's Wi-Fi. It is constantly syncing your gear in the background, downloading the latest patches, and keeping the Holy Spirit flowing through your armor so it functions with max energy. So as you head back out into the PvP zone this week, you really have to ask yourself a serious question. Are you going to log into the main quest relying on your own glitchy strength and a totally fragmented inventory? Or are you going to sync up the developer's perfect, unified, full skin? The choice is completely yours. Make sure that belt is tight, your shield is soaked, and your CPU is secure. That is your mission protocol. Log off the lies, log in to the truth. GG Fusion Squad.